Today, we will be talking about Musashi versus Retsu. Both fighters stood before each other as the rules were announced, which all weapons can be used in this fight. When the match began, Retsu ripped his jacket open, revealing shurikens. He started throwing them at Musashi consistently, but Musashi was able to dodge, parry, grab, and even cut the shuriken in half. One thing the audience understood was that Musashi is a real monster. Retsu ran out of shurikens and decided to use his jacket as his weapon, hitting the ground, blasting Musashi in the face with sand mixed with broken nails and broken teeth. Musashi got hit in the eye with a tooth, and it didn't even faze him. Musashi stated that Retsu is like a child because he throws shurikens at him and sand with stuff in it. Retsu then tossed his jacket at Musashi. Musashi cut Retsu's jacket in half, but then suddenly Musashi noticed an object flying towards his face, hitting him in the forehead and dropping Musashi to the ground. The weapon Retsu used just now is known as Kyusetsuben, which is a section whip chain. Musashi instantly got back up, but he was bleeding from his forehead. Musashi then put his weapon down. Retsu proceeded to attack Musashi, but Musashi was easily able to dodge it, wrapping the weapon around his hands, taking the whip from Retsu. Musashi decided to give the whip a swing and broke it with just one swing. Emperor Kaku felt some type of way because he couldn't break the whip himself, while Musashi easily destroyed it with one swing. Musashi tossed Retsu his sword, saying wanna try it again, but Retsu rushed in for a combo against Musashi, dropping Musashi to the ground again. Retsu did not want it to be a bare-hand fight. Musashi stood up, stating that moment just now, that might be your only chance for victory. Musashi tossed his sword and proceeded to fight Retsu bare-handed. Retsu was able to get some blows in, but Musashi grabbed Retsu's prosthetic leg and proceeded to slam Retsu to the ground. Retsu hit the ground so hard he bounced up unconscious in his fighting stance. Retsu was able to regain consciousness, but then suddenly, Retsu took Baki's fighting stance. Musashi proceeded to walk towards Retsu with a dangerous aura, meaning Musashi is ready to cut whatever is in front of him. Musashi hit Retsu with a sword but stopped. Retsu began shouting, "Why did you stop your slash?" Musashi then tried to complete the slash, but Retsu was able to use Shaori and kicked Musashi in the face, dropping Musashi to the ground again. The crowd was yelling for Retsu to end this, but when Retsu tried to finish Musashi, Musashi was able to tie up Retsu, restricting all his motions. Retsu began to shout at Musashi, stating, "Just cut me down, Musashi." Musashi replied, "No need to scream. You won't even allow me the freedom to decide when I cut you." Retsu began crying. Musashi began to explain all the damage he had done to him while he grabbed a sword. Musashi cut the rope, holding Retsu, releasing him. Retsu then quickly turned around, but Musashi slashed him. Retsu tried to use Shaori, which only saved him from some damage. Retsu decided to use pickle stance, punching at Musashi. Musashi drew his sword, cutting Retsu's fist. Retsu was able to stop it and shouted, "I've caught you, Musashi." Musashi then proceeded to flip Retsu, but Retsu was able to turn his body in mid-air. But as soon as he landed, Musashi slashed Retsu, sending him to the afterlife.